Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to my Thursday Q&A. Every Thursday, I make these videos where I answer your questions. So check out the description below, and I line out the whole thing of how this works, just in case you don't know. I have a very particular way that I do it. So I'm trying to talk quiet because it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. So our first question comes from Patrick Funk, and it is, since you travel, have you ever thought about getting bulletproof plexiglass that won't shatter your windows just in case you're away from the van and someone tries to break in? No, I have not, and I probably won't do that because I think it's very expensive and maybe even a little overkill. I don't park in sketchy places. I totally trust my intuition. I assume that it's right 100% of the time. As long as I'm not already in a state of fear, then it can get kind of muddled. You can't really tell what it is that you're hearing. But anyway, I don't park in sketchy places, so I don't think I'll ever have much of a problem with that. But I also block up the back windows, or they're like really dark tint so you can't see in them anyway. But I don't leave anything worth anything out in the open. I see a lot of people leaving like their iPads and laptops and cell phones and even wallets out in the open where anybody can see them, and that's who criminals are going to target. So I don't leave anything fancy out in the open. The front area is kept clean and clear the whole time, and it's kind of junky up here. The doors are kind of falling apart, and it just doesn't look that nice. And then having this thing up, the curtain makes it look kind of weird and stuff. So I don't think criminals are going to target it. And your second question is, I know I've asked you this before, but for others, it may help when starting a build the van up to, what do you do first, the solar or the interior first? It would be difficult to hook up the solar and all the wire after the inside is already done. Any insights? Let us know. Rock on, Jedediah. Laugh out loud. Ah, you rock, dude. Yeah, definitely doing the solar first and all the wiring before you put the ceiling up. And I would even suggest, after doing this build again, don't put the ceiling up until last. Make sure you get your walls in first, because that way you have room for wiring. If you're going to tuck the walls under the ceiling, then you can do that first and stuff, and just always be like multiple steps ahead there. I don't think there is a like hard fast rule to this. It's just always thinking a couple steps ahead. Our next question is from Robert Phillips, and it is, do you want to be famous? Like if people would say, hey, isn't that Into the Mystery 13 jet over there? And they would be like, it is, this would be cool, or this is so cool. Do you think you want to be more on the down low? I'd rather be on the down low. I have a message that I really believe in and ideas that I want to share with as many people as possible, but I don't want to be like some celebrity, paparazzi, people stopping me everywhere I go wanting to take selfies and stuff. That seems really insincere, and it seems weird to me because I'm just a dude, I'm just a guy, I just have ideas I want to share with people, but everybody has ideas that they should be sharing with people, most likely. I guess. I'm sure even Hitler had some good ideas, even though he was a total POS. Yeah, I don't like the idea of being famous. I think it's weird to idolize people on that level. I think it's really insincere. I'd rather be a one-on-one human being to human being type of thing. Ryan Gonzalez, and this is a deep one. Any tips on car dwelling? I just got kicked out of my apartment because my motor blew up, so I had to spend crazy amounts of money on car repairs instead of rent. So now I'm kind of forced to dwell in my car. I have a tent and live in Halifax, NS. NS. It's in Canada. What is that? I don't know my geography at all. That's bad. I should learn that. Anyway, you're worried about a lot and having a hard time wanting to stay alive. You thought you'd ask me for some advice because in this day and age, our idols can be more like peers. I like that. That's very true. Okay, I'm rambling a bit. Stay safe, love life. All right. Okay, as far as advice for living in your car, I have a playlist called Van Dwelling, and there's a ton of videos in there with specific tips about living in your vehicle, especially a van, but it'll apply to a car too. Almost all of it, except for some of the little fine things. So there's definitely information in there for you. Check that out for sure. As far as the worried about a lot and having a hard time wanting to stay alive, you're stuck in what's right in front of you. You've got to figure out where you want to be, and you've got to figure out exactly what that looks like, and you've got to create that. You've got to make a plan and have a step-by-step. If you're not that type, and you're the type like me that wants to have the the goal, the thing that you want, the life that you want, and let the details figure themselves out. That's fine too, but you've got to have a vision for what you want. You've got to make it clear in your mind exactly how you want your life to be, and you've got to work endlessly to get that. Luckily, Canada, it gets cold up there in winter, I'm sure everywhere. So it's summer now, so you're good right now. You've got a good few months, I imagine, depending on what part of Canada you're in. But you've got to create this vision and figure out the life that you want and imagine being there all the time. That's going to, one, maintain your sanity, and two, help you work towards that and help that to happen and come into being. So yeah, vision. Have a vision. Create it. DJ Vendetta is our next question, and actually you guys should definitely check out his channel. He's got a badass ambulance that he's converting into a RV, and he's living in it full time. He's got a really cool channel. He's got a lot of tips for van dwellers as well. So check out his channel, DJ Vendetta. There's a link in the description. He comments on my videos a lot too. Really cool guy. I talk to him all the time. Definitely check out his channel. And his question is, awesome vid man as usual. Thank you. I'm going to be installing a doghouse AC unit that only takes 450 watts, but I'm still going with 1,000 watts of solar. That's insane. Yeah, he's got some crazy stuff in mind for this ambulance. Do you think you might have to upgrade to a bigger van when your girl gets here? No, I don't think so. The way I built this thing, it's feels bigger inside than it is now. And a full-size bed, all the storage we want, fridge, shower, everything, we're good. Probably eventually, though. E. Aldred says, you're killing it, man. Thank you. I love watching your progress. I love making progress. I'm looking for a Sprinter 170-inch wide box extended van for full-time home. Awesome. What part of the country are you in? Because I will hire you to help me. I am in Portland, Oregon right now, but I'm heading to Salem, Massachusetts soon. I'm not really into that because I don't feel like I can build vans at a professional level. But if I'm in your area and you need a hand, I'd be more than willing to help you out. But as far as for money, I don't feel like I'm at that level yet. Matthew Megan says, this may seem superficial, but if a lady will be spending time with you, why not consider a decent-sized mirror? That's not superficial at all, dude. That's considerate. That's awesome. It doesn't necessarily have to be for the sake of vanity. Maybe something reflective above your bed if you want to take that route. That's awesome. I love that idea. And you say, I'm sure it'll help with lighting. Yeah, lighting. I love it, dude. This rocks. Yeah, I have thought about that, actually. A mirror above the bed. That's a great idea, but what if it fell? Like, how do I hold it up there, like, for sure, so that it doesn't break and shatter glass all over my van? Actually, the first time I built this, I had just the reflective side out of polyiso foam, and it reflected the light and heat down, and it was really cool that it worked out that way, in the winter at least. Sucked in the summer. Yeah, that's genius, dude. I love it. Anthony, BackRoads Vanner has a new video of a guy that he toured his van, and it's freaking amazing. Make sure you guys check that out. But he's got little mirrors up in the ceiling, and this van is so badass. Check out that channel, BackRoads Vanner. Do it now. Link in the description. Actually, do it after this video. Make sure you watch the rest of this first. Anthony Ademo, you are very charismatic and talk to the camera with ease. How old are you, and why your channel is into the mystery, but why not 13? Dude, oh, that's bad. You talk about how easy I talk on camera. That's horrible. People answered the 13 part in the comment section, which I thought was awesome. I actually screenshotted that conversation so I can look at if I ever feel down about this YouTube thing again. That was really cool. That meant a lot to me. How old am I? 29. Gray Market, do you like fried chicken? No, because I'm working on being vegan. I never really liked fried chicken anyway. Well, the chicken tenders, where there's no bone on it, but when it's on the bone, it's just like, I look at it and I imagine the little chicken that it came from. It's like, oh, I can't eat this, dude. This is horrible. I've always felt that way. I've never been able to eat steak or anything either, because it's just a chunk of meat, and I just imagine the piece of the animal it came from. But ground beef was always okay, because you can't even tell what it is. Who knows? Dirty Rotten Insult, do you like the board game Monopoly? I like things where I can systematically do something and make progress towards something and see that progress. So yes, I love Monopoly. It totally fits into my thing. Joel Garcia, thanks for answering. I have a follow-up. How do you make money on the road then? I know you've made a video about that in the past, but have you found any new ways? Yes, because a lot of people have suggested a lot of things in that video of how to make money living on the road full time or whatever it's called. Um, and I kind of like, I took in a lot of them and I'm keeping them in mind, but I'm really focusing on the YouTube thing right now. I went a while where I had like all these different ideas everywhere and none of them ever got done. So I'm just grabbing the one that's the most fulfilling and gratifying right now and just laser focusing on that one, which is YouTube. And I'm making enough to get by. The combination of the AdSense revenue, the Amazon, and the Patreon, I'm like just getting by. But also the haunted house thing, that's gonna help pay off my credit cards a lot, which I used to fund this whole trip thing, the first like ever. It was ridiculous. Mick Hunt says, can you give Eric Honig a plug? He is a younger guy that just started a week ago. I think you would like him. Great video. Yes, I checked out his videos and he is really cool. Yeah, I really like that guy. He's got an amazing van too. Yeah, brand new van dwelling channel. You guys check him out. I'll put a link in the description for that one too. If I forget links to these channels, guys, there's 3 of them so far. There's BackRoads Vanner, there's DJ Vendetta, and now there's Eric Honig. Please remind me, and I will do it. Eddie T says, is that a ported box? Referring to my subwoofer. No, it's sealed because sealed is much smaller, and I wanted a small compact one, but I still wanted to fill in the lows because these door speakers don't do that enough. And having good tunes on the road is very important to me. Bear 8 Photo and Mark O from Geelong, Australia says, oh, I gotta ask, why did you switch up the love yourself to love life? And Jeff Ammons actually kind of hinted towards that, and he said, if you can love yourself, that helps you love others, then you might just love life. And I thought that, okay, instead of talking about the beginning of this thing, of becoming unconditional love, which is the point of loving yourself, why not just talk about the end result of loving everything and being love? And I kind of thought that maybe that was a better way to do it, but it all starts with love yourself, so I'm going back to love yourself now. Alex269, oh man, I gotta hurry up, says, I've been interested in van dwelling for a while, but was wondering if I should hire a camper van for a week or two and travel safe in the areas to see if van life is for me. Absolutely. Great idea. Definitely do that, especially if you're the kind of person that needs to know first. I jumped into it because that's the kind of person I am. I jump into things. And sometimes it works, sometimes it burns and crashes, but I always learn. Larry Hudson says, I have heard you talk about being an introvert and how you rarely plan where you are headed, and my question is, have you ever done a Myers-Briggs personality inventory? And if so, what were your 4 letters? Mine are INTP, and you are a very inspirational for the 60-year-old man who is nearing retirement and can't wait to hit the road. Hey, that's pretty cool to hear. I am INFP, and I'm not exactly the stereotypical kind because I act more like an ENFP. But I kind of like blend between the two, and just one letter different doesn't mean that they're exactly the same. The function stack is different, so I kind of bounce between the two. N4TNA says, you said that you like Pantera in a previous video. What's your favorite album? Vulgar display of power, probably. Just because it's like the rawest. I like the rawness of that one, but I love the song Floods, especially the outro. Yes, dude. Rip Dime, dude. He was such an amazing guitar player. Hope Community, my question is, do you think I can winterize my 95 Lumina well enough to survive Wisconsin winters? I'm not planning on keeping this van long. If I can find a different one, I'd love to, but I feel an urgency to get this done and start saving mad cash while I work full time. Not sure what to do. I'm always changing my mind. Thanks so much, dude. I hear you there. I change my mind a lot, too. You'd have to insulate the living hell out of it to hold the heat in, man. It gets cold in Wisconsin in the winter. Really cold. Yeah, you're gonna have to insulate the hell out of it. How you do that without damaging the inside of it so that you can resell it later, I'm not sure. If you can get a hold of a bunch of Thinsulate, you could probably like triple or quadruple layer up the thick kind, maybe even 5 or 6 layers. It would be like wicked super insulated. You still need to have ventilation. Even if you got the thing totally sealed up, you need to have ventilation all the time, but you can still super insulate it with that Thinsulate. You can attach like Velcro to it and just stick it to stuff or whatever. That might be a good solution. And then Mr. Buddy Heater, and have a backup in case you run out of propane or something. Have a backup of like negative 20 degree sleeping bag or something, just in case. You don't want to freeze to death. David is Dave says, most people live the same day over and over again. So how could they grow or learn unless they are focused on doing so? By traveling, you are exposed to new situations every day, and that will only serve to expand your horizons. That's not a question, but that is an incredibly profound and beautiful statement that I absolutely love. Thank you for sharing that with us. Mel Smith, if money was no issue, what kind of rig would you want? I would stick with the one I got because I am damn proud of the way this thing is turning out. I am so happy with it. I have no complaints, man. I'd probably get a brake job, get my transmission flushed and everything, and yeah, I'd probably do a couple more other things to it, and then pay off my student loans and my credit card debt, and get a passport and start heading international. Mel Smith's, oh, that was just you. BB says, what kind of vehicle insurance do you have? Do you get one for camper or just for work van? I have regular car insurance, but I've been made aware. Oh, God, what's his channel name? Oh, I forgot his name. Crap, I forgot his name. Oh, there's a new guy on YouTube that lives in an RV. He's from I think he's in Southern California somewhere. He's an INTP. He's very straightforward. He's funny and creative. You guys would like him. But anyway, he made me aware of the fact that RV insurance is way cheaper than regular car insurance. So I could get this title switched over to an RV, which I'm looking into doing, seeing how much it will cost. And then my insurance should be like way cheaper than it is. It's already pretty cheap though. It's like $50 a month or something. See, next question is from Silly Dogma. Looks like you had your ears gauged at some point. I did. Why don't you ever wear plugs? The van looks better every day. Can't wait to see the mystery machine get back on the road. Yes, I can't either, dude, at all. The reason why is because I keep losing them. They fall out and I lose them, and I just got tired of spending money on them. That's just artificial, like jewelry or whatever. I don't care about that. The thing in my nose just stays put. It's been in here for a few years, and I have no plans of taking it out, but I can't lose it. It's like it's stuck in here. Even if I take the ball out, I have to spread this thing apart because I got this fat-ass German nose. The Coastal Empire, what does your van smell like? Success. Fantastic reality. When I was 15, I put a cigarette out on my foot to impress a girl. Yeah, I was dumb and wish now that I hadn't, dude. We're all like that. That's a dude thing, especially a teenage dude thing. Most dudes, anyway. What is the most painful or violent thing you've ever intentionally done to yourself, and why? Do you regret it now? I cut myself a lot when I was, not a lot, but a few times when I was a teenager. Do I regret it? No, not really. I've like barely got little scars. I'm glad I'm not that. I wasn't doing it to impress anybody. I was doing it because I hated myself, and I'm glad I'm not in that space anymore. I'm glad that I had that experience of pure just being in the moment and completely outside of my beliefs to realize that all the stories in my head were just stories and I could change them. And change them in such a way that I could start living a life that is fulfilling and rewarding, and I could connect healthily with other people, you know, by working through all this stuff and letting go of all these past things. So, do I regret actually cutting myself? No. Yeah. Stephen Johnson, and this is our last question. Oh, just in time. Damn, I'm good. Says, have you heard of Steemit.com? It is something to do with cryptocurrency. I can't really explain it well, but thought you might look into it to make some money on blogging. Back to the I am an ideas person, and I can have all these ideas floating around me, and then nothing ever gets done because I'm just in the clouds and in all these ideas. I have to discipline myself to focus on my mission in one thing and pick one thing and master it and become the best I can possibly be at it and learn the most I can during the process. So I'm just focusing on the YouTube thing, and I really don't have any interest in it right now. So I don't know anything about it, and I'm not going to know anything about it for a long time probably. But someday I might, and maybe that's interesting to someone else. So I don't mind answering the question at all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to love yourself, and make sure to like this video and comment on this video and share it with everybody you know who you think might be interested in it for whatever reason. And love yourself.